What's going on, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review The Walking Dead, Season 6, Episode 14, titled Twice as Far. This is a spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode, and it should take me less than 3 minutes to recap the episode, give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thank you so much again for joining me. I just reviewed all of Daredevil Season 2, so if you guys want to check that out, it's a spoiler review. All spoilers, so make sure you have seen Season 2, but if you want to check it out, man, I just uploaded all of them on my channel, so make sure to see it. Anyway, 2 more weeks, and that's it. 2 episodes, and Season 6 is over. 2 more weeks, and we see Negan. I'm ready. Jeffrey Dean Morgan's going to blow it away, man. Wait till you see him, man. It's going to be fantastic. And 3 more weeks until Fear the Walking Dead Season 2 also I'm reviewing, man. So don't worry. No need to fear. Walking Dead is here. It's going to be around for many, many weeks. So, anyway, here we go. My Batman v Superman review will be Thursday and Friday. So, make sure to check those out. And also, make sure, guys, this is just my review. It's my opinion. So, those who think, oh my, because some people think this is a great episode, which it is not a great episode to me. It's good. That's what I'll say right now. I'll say it's a good episode, but it's not a great, oh my god, best, you know. So, let's get into it, man. Let me recap first. So, first off, it's the same old routine every day, you know, it shows them going on. Rick ends up seeing the jail, the prison that Morgan built, the little jail cell. But it's just the same old routine. Father Gabriel walking, you know, it's kind of like Eugene switching places to guard. Nothing's going on in Alexandria, right? So, of course, Carol, smoking a cigarette, and Daryl smoking a cigarette, and kind of like, oh, you got your bike back, and they kind of said, why didn't you kill those guys in the woods? And Daryl wished he killed the guy in the woods. So Rosita and Spencer are kind of a thing now, and, he's like, hey, I'm going to make that casserole later today. Okay. Alright, so I'll see you later? Okay. And I'm just like, I'd still date Rosita. I don't care if she was just like, okay. Hey, you want to go watch Batman v Superman? Okay. Okay. Let's go. Hey. My bed has room for 2 people. Nope. Thanks, Rosita. Thank you. So, I would feel something like that. But either way, she goes on a scavenge, or Daryl, Rosita, and Denise, they go on a scavenge to go get medicine, man. So, they end up on the tracks. Well, Rosita goes on the tracks, and Daryl and Denise go in the woods, and Rosita basically went to the shortcut, and she's like, what took you guys so long? They catch up. Eugene and Abraham, they go into a building, and he's like, we're going to make bullets here. I'm going to need a lot of lead. And basically, Eugene's talking about how, I'm not a boy anymore. I'm on phase 2. I'm a badass. I'm a grade A badass, Abraham. So, of course, a walker comes, and he has, like, lead or steel on him, and he basically uses a machete, and it's just like, ding! And Eugene almost died, and Abraham ends up killing the walker, and he's like, what are you doing? It's classified. I told you I could do it. And basically, Eugene to Abraham's like, I have no need of your services anymore. I will be fine. Hunky-dunky fine, alright? So you can leave now. And Abraham's like, you know what, Eugene? Alright. You're going to find your own way back. And basically he ends up walking out. Those are my impressions of Eugene and Abraham. I know. Give me the Oscar. So anyway, that happens, of course. He leaves. Abraham leaves. They end up finding the medicines, are Daryl, Denise, and Rosita. Denise almost died because, well, that's after that. They get the medicine and everything. She sees a walker. All that. They end up leaving. They're on the trail. She almost died because she wanted to look. There's this cooler in the car, and she basically. I smelled burnt. I'm sorry. What's that burnt smell? What's going on? Anyway, that's some burnt smell. That's weird as hell. Alright, it smells like a burning tortilla. Alright, anyway, that goes on. And of course she opens the car and everything, and the walker almost got her, falls like When she was in the car, like, the zombie was like, why don't you just do that and kill her? I don't understand why you have to be so like, oh no, like, stab it, go, kill it, man. Anyway, that happens, kind of falls on the floor, and Rosita, poor Denise, Rosita and Daryl are just like, what are you, stupid? And then all of a sudden she's like, that is risking our lives. That's what life is all about. Okay? I got my crushed soda. Blah, blah, blah. You know what? Arrow through the eye. Right there. She took Abraham's place, because in the comics, Abraham gets the arrow in the eye. So, yeah, that's it. Denise is dead. Arrow through the eye, man. Shot in the eye. And who do we see? We see a bunch of Negan's men popping up. And we have Dwight. Dwight has his burned left side right here. Obviously, Negan put an iron to him. He has Daryl's crossbow. He has Eugene as well. And then there's Daryl like, shit. So, there's that burn smell again. Hell. Anyway, they end up surrendering, and there's this big old fight going on, or they're gonna surrender. They're surrounded, and then Abraham basically Abraham's around, and there's this big old fight. Abraham ends up helping. Eugene ends up biting Dwight in the nuts. He's just like, argh. And you would think that, like, Dwight would he has a gun in his hand. You would think he'd be like, and shoot him in the face or something. But, because Dwight's not smart, he just doesn't do that. So Dwight and the others end up escaping. Eugene is shot, but he's going to live. It's just like a graze. Carol ends up leaving Alexandria. They end up burying Denise. What did I think about this episode overall, ladies and gentlemen? First off, let me get you with the pros. Dwight and his look. I thought that was really awesome, because when I first saw Dwight and I saw him, like, I was like, that's the burn? Like, that's all the burn you have? Like, that's it? Like, I was thinking that's kind of it. Like, that was the makeup effect. I was like, that's all you got? Like, that's... Because it was worse in the comics. More burn and everything. And then I saw the side and I was like, there we go. That's Dwight right there. So I was really... it was great to see him come to life finally. I was sad he didn't mention nothing to Negan. But it was cool to, finally see Dwight. And Daryl got his crossbow back. But that was cool to, like... I was aiming for you, sort of thing. He wasn't aiming for Denise. Denise's death was played out so well, man. It was just like Abraham. She gets shot in the eye, and she's still saying a few things. Like, I will tell you this. I knew someone was going to die tonight. I didn't know who. I heard, like, yeah, someone's going to die tonight, and I was like, oh, who's going to die? Who's going to die? And I was watching the episode, and, I thought multiple times Denise was going to die. Multiple times. With that one zombie in the bathroom, and then the other zombie in the car. And then, all of a sudden... you have her in the railroad, and she's just talking. It's a bad place to be in the middle of the railroad. And the thing is the way the camera was moving, the way the camera was shot, that angle right there, I was like, this doesn't feel right. This feels like something's like, arrow to the eye. And at that moment, I was like, did that just happen? Oh my God. That means Dwight. And then I saw Dwight, and I was like, oh, it's happening. This is it. It's happening. It's so close to Negan, guys. We're in for a treat. This is huge. So, of course, Denise's death I thought was played out very well, man. Give props to the actress who played Denise, man. Very, very amazing. She had a good part in this role, man. A very good episode for her. Eugene as well, man. I think Eugene finally manning up and actually, no more hunky dunky anymore. No more. He's classified. He'll go at you, man. He beat the nuts. That is something that's not easy to do. The action as well, the action that went on and the gun firing and Daryl and them, I thought that was really interesting. And of course the makeup effects on Dwight and the zombies. Oh man, that zombie in the bathroom, dude, had the best look, dude. I don't know if the face was like half, I don't know what was going on. That was pretty gross. And the shock, just the shock value, it got me. I didn't expect it like there and then, but I knew something, it was so predictable. But right when the arrow went through, I was like, Dwight. God, that just pissed me off. Anyway, now the cons of the episode. Those were the pros. Now the cons. There's no mention of Negan. Dwight's there talking. You would think he mentioned something about Negan, but there's no mention of Negan. It had a slower pace this episode. I'm going to be honest. The first 35 minutes were so freaking slow. And yeah, story. Yeah, I get it. Again, don't tell me about story. Don't tell me about slowness. I know. It's just this episode was just like... You guys have 2 episodes left after this episode. It's already 35 minutes in and nothing's happened. Oh my god, they just went to they got medicine. Okay, that's 35 minutes to get medicine. Like, there's so many commercials, man. The Walking Dead starts 35 minutes in? Really? Are you kidding me? I waited a week for 35 minutes in already and nothing's happening? You know what I mean? So I had a slow pace to it. Than that, the end, like, Denise at times, like, oh, look, there's a cooler. And, like, Daryl and Rosita are not taking care of her. And also, they were douches this episode. I don't know what was up with them. Daryl's usually nicer. Rosita's usually nicer. So they were in a mood. Not very likable. And then, like, all of a sudden, like, who wrote for Denise? Like, who wrote that? Like, Denise goes around and she opens the door. Obviously, just proved that she was going to either be dead sooner or later. And the ending of the episode, Carol leaves. That whole storyline that they're going with, it could either be two things. We don't see Carol till season 7. Or Negan kills Carol. Those are the only two ways it goes out. Either Negan kills Carol, or we don't see her till season 7. That's the only two ways it could play out, right? I'm hoping Negan doesn't kill Carol. She could die. Oh, I care, man. I love Carol, man. I love Melissa McBride. She's fantastic. People are gonna die. But I don't want her to die by Negan. I want Glenn or Daryl to die by Negan. I want a guy. And don't make me sound like, oh, and Maggie could die too out of the girls. But I only want those 3 to die if it's going to be brutal and leave an impact on the world of Walking Dead. Daryl, Glenn, or Maggie. Simple as that for Negan to kill. But if it's already that predictable that Carol's going to get killed by Negan, I don't like the route they're going. I don't like that storyline. No, and not Carol. Yeah, Carol. But it's just if it's that predictable, I could already sense it in my head. Oh, Carol's gonna die by Negan. Then if they're not gonna find her next week, don't be that predictable, Walking Dead. I hope you don't do that. I wanted it to be a shock, like Daryl, Glenn, or somebody, not Carol. Okay. Also, how did everyone get? Like, how did Eugene get caught? They never showed that. Like, I guess he just got caught, and like, how did they not kill him? How did they not? Like, how did they know where they were going in the train tracks? Where were they taking Eugene? That sort of explanation. Other than that, I'm going to be giving this episode Twice as Far a B-, man. I thought it was a good episode. Again, it's not a great episode, but it is a good, enjoyable episode. Definitely after the 35 minutes, it was a way better episode for sure. We didn't get to see much Rick or anything. That's kind of the thing. Like, barely Rick's only in the beginning, and that's it. You could have shown a little bit more. And then Carol leaving. I don't care for that story. Like, oh my god, Carol's leaving. She says not to follow them, and next week you have all of them going to look for her. Didn't you just read the note? Not to follow her. Why are they breaking the rules? She said not to follow. And you guys are going after her. They don't know how to read, do they? Anyway. Just little simple things. Comment down below. Tell me your favorite parts about this episode. What were your problems? What were your pros and cons? I'll be seeing you guys next week. Good episode. Not a great episode. I've heard some people, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10. Not the whole episode. No. I don't like the way they're going with Carol's storyline. I don't. And if Negan kills Carol, if they're going to be that predictable, it's going to be a shame. Until next time, bye-bye.